Good afternoon, my name is Diana Guerrero. I am studying the subject Academic Reading and Writing 2 at the Universidad Técnica Particular de Loja. This video refers to applying techniques to make summaries. I will present a story and then with a strategy I will take out the important parts and make my summary using the 5Ws 1H strategy. The 5Ws 1H strategy is based on 6 crucial questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how. These questions make it easy to identify the main character, important details, and the main idea. So it seemed to me that it was a strategy that helped me with more precision and easy to make my summary. To begin with, I will give a concept of what a summary is, and then I will continue with the application of this strategy. What is a summary? A summary, therefore, can be defined as a brief and specific exposition of the content of a material that can be written or audiovisual in nature. This summary is limited to citing the most important ideas, that is, it excludes irrelevant data and does not provide space for subjective or critical interpretation. Nor does it include the identity of the person who has carried out the analysis. Okay, here is the story. The name of this story is The Shadow, written by Hans Christian Andersen. This story has 5 pages, so I want to summarize it. That is, identify the main idea and the most important facts, then write a brief overview that includes only those key ideas and details. As students, we must be able to make summaries, choosing the correct details of the text and be able to write them in a clear and understandable way. I have reviewed 2 strategies to summarize, which are SAAC strategy and 5Ws 1H strategy. Personality, I seem it difficult to me based on this data to be able to make my summary. So I decided to take the second strategy, which is 5Ws 1H strategy. With this strategy, with SAA strategy, I have this information, and for me it seemed difficult based on this data to be able to make my summary. I decide work with this strategy, 5Ws 1H strategy, and in this with this strategy we'll collect the data through questions. As we can see in the first question, who is the story or text about? The author is Hans Christian Andersen. This information is found on the first sheet. I have it marked in blue. Then we have the following question: what did the author do? Tells a story. Well, what the author is doing in this case is telling a story. This story is for young people and adults especially. The next question is, when did the action take place? when the wise men decide to spend some time in a warm country. We also find this information on the first sheet, and I have marked it with green color to easily identify it. And here is the other question. Where did the story happen? In the hot country. This refers to the scenario where the story is taking place. It is indicated in only brown. Then we ask, why did the main character do what he did? Because he was looking forward to longer and sunny days. This question focuses on why the main character performed the actions that happened. As well, I have marked them in red. And we have the last question that says, how did the main character do what he did? Playing with his own shadow. And the sage was so weak that he decided to accept the offer. Here I have written two important facts which give me a general idea of how things are happening. Finally, in this part, I result with different colors the information. Finally, I have made my summary where I think that the main ideas have been properly noted, and if we read it, it makes sense and collects the relevant facts, giving an overview of this history. Despite being a short writing, it collects all the events in an orderly and precise what that happened in this story. I read my summary in this moment. A young but very wise man decided to spend some time in a warm country. Since he lived in a very cold region and was looking forward to longer and sunny days, as the climate in that place was very hot. The wise man spent a lot of time during the day in his room, looking at the balcony in front of him and playing with his own shadow. On the front balcony there was a door that was always half open, and this caught his attention. One night, while asleep, the wise man observed a light on said door, where he seemed to see a resplendent woman. So he said to his shadow, "Why don't you sneak into the house and then tell me what's inside?" He turned around and went to sleep, while the shadow disengaged himself and went to the other house. The next morning, the wise man realized that they no longer had a shadow. Time passed, and the man was reborn a small shadow. The wise man then returned to his cold country, where he wrote stories full of feeling, but he was not successful. One day, his former shadow, he returned and proposed to the wise man that he be his shadow. The sage was really down and in debt. The sage was so weak that he decided to accept the offer. They went together to a spa where the shadow met a princess. She asked the shadow difficult questions, and when the shadow couldn't answer, he made the wise man answer. The princess fell in love with the shadow and decided to get married. Finally, the shadow told the sage that in the palace he will continue to act as his shadow forever. The sage did not like being a shadow forever and he refuses, so which he has sent to execute and could never say anything again. In this page, we have all information of the history. The history has 5 pages. In conclusion, I believe that if we use a good technique to summarize, we can achieve good results, good quality work. We must look for the techniques that are most suitable of our way of studying and thus obtain good results. I hope that this video has been to your liking and that you have been able to give a good contribution. Thank you.